Starting to work.
Checking in.
Technical fix.
Apologies for
Control
technical
to
issues.
Major Tom.
Hello?
So before I go into a whole hello, well, we'll make sure that you guys can see us and hear us. Let us know if the video and audio is good.
They are letting us know.
Yay!
Sorry, apologies everyone.
We don't even know why it went wrong.
No, it was working fine.
Ghost
and
in
then
the
went
machine, basically.
We were in the warp.
Yeah.
It all mixed up. It was
scary.
Return of El Beardo.
The
with
warp
some
slurped us up.
Warp magical LED dice. Right, so I'm going to assume that none of you heard what we said in the previous intro, so we're going to start this again.
Probably won't.
Hi everyone! So hello everyone!
welcome.
Lawrence
How
here
you doing?
with the crew from TT. We have our loyal Servo Skull Jinx, aka Katie, on the deck answering your questions or reading your comments and questions out to us. I think we're going to do a super chat for a question, is that right?
We are, yeah. If you guys want to ask us any questions, please do so in the super chat. And any super chat donations which are received today will go into the pool of the lodge, the pool of plenty, the depths of magic.
The depths of
Yes,
magic.
the razor of funds.
Yeah, speaking of which, wow.
Thank you.
Thank you
Goodness
so
me.
much. My goodness, you know, I was hoping that, you know, by the end of the campaign, we would get near our target, and to surpass our target in 36 hours is just incredible. So thank you so much for those of you that pledged or have given, you know, comments of support and shared the love. It's a massive, massive help. And you know, we we needed those funds because this new studio, this new venture is very expensive. Building's very expensive these days, especially post-COVID. So all of that money is going to go to good use. But now we've hit our target. You know, we've got this campaign running until the 22nd of August, so it's still live now.
It's still going.
Yeah, it's worth pointing out that if you've not had a chance to get anything yet and there was something you were really clamoring for, don't worry, it's still available until the 22nd.
You'll get your goodies.
But some of these are going quite sharpish.
Yes. So we have managed to get a dice restock. So you've got your limited edition Lodge dice still available for purchase. When these go, they're gone. And they are nearly gone. So if you are interested in a dice tray or an LED dice lamp, I would get that sooner rather than later. But I do believe we have a comment or a question.
We have a couple, so
Okay.
I just
Couple?
need to find. One's gone
The
missing.
question, I like that.
You go scrolling through that live chat, please.
I'm scrolling.
Is it like a significant couple or like a couple of questions?
Just a couple of
Union of love.
Congratulations.
Like a power couple.
Great success.
Well, we have Connor Nichols has asked Skaven when the horned rat demands it.
Patience is rewarded.
Decent AOS
Rewarded.
terms here. We'll be discussing that shortly.
books.
Yeah. And then Jonathan Haynes, hey Jinx and Spider, team up your Jakari against Imperium or Chaos forces.
Yes. Yeah,
It's
this
gotta
needs to
happen.
happen. Yeah, we actually want to do a few more large games. And one of the cool things about moving to the new studio is that we'll be able to do some of those larger games more easily.
Yeah, sure.
You know, like 8,000 point plus games. So really looking forward to doing that because that'll be a lot easier in an event space. Because obviously this table is pretty much set up for a standard 40k size game.
Yeah.
So doing some of those apocalypse things would be really cool. But to answer your question on the Skaven, I think this is probably a good segue to go, well, what are we going to do now that we're raising these extra funds? Basically, this is where we get to really fun stuff. So the initial 100k is going to go into the building of the event space and the studios. Now with the extra money, we were initially going to do like a second studio, which is going to be like a talk show studio, which we can do more things like this. That's still going to happen. But what we can actually do is potentially make that bigger and have a whole second battle report studio, which will also be a talk show studio. And that will mean doubling up all of our video equipment and everything that we use. But what that would enable us to do is film 2 games concurrently, including for, you know, we can expand our ventures into things like we'll do a Blood Bowl League every summer or something, you know, and that won't take away from our existing content because we're already committing to Age of Sigmar. That's going to be happening soon, in addition to 40k. But having a second battle report ready studio would be pretty massive for us. It doesn't mean we're going to double our content. I can't promise that. We still have the same amount of people, but it will enable us to get a bit more variety of content more easily, which is really, really good. And then we have a question.
Couple again of questions.
Okay.
Dave McCullough has asked if we're going to do behind the scenes videos of the new setup.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, 100%. So,
Lots.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of doing like a vlog series. So we wanted to do that with this initial studio build, but it was so busy, and we didn't have anywhere near the size of team that we do now. That it wasn't
builders
really
to
easy.
do it.
Yeah, builders to do it. It wasn't really easy to do a vlog, but this time I think we're going to do like a full. I want to do like a vlog series where you guys see like the floor plans,
Like grand designs.
Yeah, there's like grand designs,
yes.
like what the vision is, how we're going to do it, all of the trials, and tribulations that will come, I'm sure, with the building of this project. But I think that'd be a really cool way to do it. You'll see it literally from the ground up.
Hopefully it's not
So
fully
that'd
like
be
grand
cool.
designs. We don't end up living in a caravan. For
Yeah,
So what was your budget? £100,000. How much did you spend? 100 million.
Yes, that's right. Oh.
Whoopsies. Yeah.
And another?
Okay, so Organ UK has said no question, just love, which is awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
We
Love
love
to
you.
you.
Yes. And Chris Frozen has also said, just
Yay.
popping up to say how proud I am of you all. You're the bosses.
Thanks,
Oh,
Chris.
that's
You're a
great.
mega boss. Looking forward to seeing you again at Warhammer World soon.
Yeah, that guy, interesting name,
That
will
guy.
large host GT's Factorum style.
So, well, I've not been to a Factorum GT, so I'm not sure I could compare it.
You have though, Jinx.
But you have.
Give us a
Jinx, yeah.
rundown, voice of the internet style.
Voice of the internet.
The disembodied voice style.
Make me give him
me,
I'm
the
just here
internet.
What is the
in chat.
What is the Factorum style GT?
It's a GT.
Okay, very good.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's pretty standard.
Well, I can look. I tell you what. I'll tell you if I was going to compare it to something, it would be closer to. And again, I've not been to the Factorum event, so I can't comment on those. But it will be closer to the No Retreat series events by SM Battle Reports or their GT. And by that is the idea is that we've got 30 beautiful 6x4 tables downstairs. These tables are going to have incredible bespoke terrain. It will also be tournament functional, but it's going to look really nice. I don't want it to just be functional. I want you to be immersed in the game so that the terrain is still telling a narrative, even though it's still tournament functional. So expect extremely high quality and a great
battle
experience.
report.
Yeah.
Think one
Yeah,
of our
think
battle
battle
reports,
reports,
but
yeah.
in a tournament. It's
Yeah.
going to be
So
very nice.
yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TT style.
From FA, when the lodge is up and running, could you get the opportunity to pay to play with you guys, a bit like Mini Wargaming do with the bunker?
Oh, that's a great question. Currently
You couldn't afford me.
So here's the thing. Currently, there isn't an official application process in place. The idea is when we move to the new studios, there will be. And that's really, I'll be straight up honest with you guys, it's really just to make sure that your army's painted, that we've got something which we can present on the battlefield and that you're comfortable being on camera, the normal things you would expect. And assuming that that's all good, we'll have like maybe just a little written application, just like your army list, and perhaps maybe on your phone you could just take us through the list on your army. Nothing fancy, you don't need special lights or anything like that.
A full video interview, I think, is required.
No, it's not.
James and I had to do it.
But we'll put a small application process in place, and then once you've done that, you can come on. We're not currently thinking of charging for that per se. It will be like you get to come and spend the day with us.
Yep.
Whether we end up ticketing it, I suppose it depends on the demand down the line. We can decide that later. But the idea is we open it up and we try and get as many of you bosses in as possible.
Next question.
We have a load of super chats coming through now. So
Oh, wow. Thank you so
Praise
much.
be unto super chatters.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
from Peg Bowles, tip for beard dance.
Oh, beard dance. Can we do like a?
What is a beard dance?
Dance.
Can we do
Is
a? Can we
Beard
do a? Oh well,
just-
I
call the
can't reveal where El Beardo
Now?
may or may not appear.
I have
Wait,
a feeling.
how much was this? How much have you paid for the dance?
Pounds?
£2?
£2.
Right,
Okay.
£2. Hang on. There you go. That's what you're getting.
Maybe the El Beardo mask could appear at some point.
Maybe,
Yes.
but I
an
hope
He's
un-
not
unspecified
here right now.
amount.
He's not here today.
No, he's not here now.
No.
He's not here now.
I buried him again in the garden. Yeah.
You had to dig him out.
He's digging himself
You had to
out.
dig him
His
out,
way out like in
Pet Cemetery
Kill Bill,
style.
Yeah.
Have a comment from Jim Hamilton. You guys have helped my mental health so much.
Oh, thank you.
It's a lovely comment.
Thank you.
Stay strong.
Crash test. Will the bar be Emperor's Children inspired?
No.
No, it will not be Emperor's Children inspired. We've got some
even
cool
mean?
ideas for the bar. Again, probably with the behind the scenes, we'll show like some ideas.
We've got some plans.
Oh,
Yeah.
We've definitely got some plans. Don't you worry about that.
Woo! Huge shout out to Jay DeVries, who's donated $150.
Oh, legend.
Big
Thanks,
man.
dude.
Thank you so much.
Already have enough dice and such, but still wanted to help back what looks to be an awesome lodge.
Wow, thank you so much.
That's
Straight
really
to the
kind.
kitty with it.
Thank you.
Straight into the bar.
Brett Pettit, will you be playing more guests from the community?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
the whole point.
that's the whole
That is the whole
point.
point. So at the moment, we have had guests on, but the guests that have been on are basically known friends of ours or known to the channel in some way over the years of doing it. So the idea is that when we move to the new studio, it really will be an open application process. As I've said, there will be a couple of things put in place just because, you know, we can't play with unpainted armies. You know, it just doesn't look good on a battle report. So there have to be a couple of standards that we put in. But the idea is anyone can apply and anyone's welcome, providing they hit those standards, and then they'll come in and guess, which I think will be awesome. Gives a lot of variety as well.
Great.
Good fun.
Yeah.
We have a question from Carnithanification.
Ah, yes.
Good attempt.
thank you.
I
I mean, it's probably better than what I would have done. So.
Any chance of Kill Team there or Kill Team content?
so
Yeah, I mean,
so
that's kind of the point of the
that's
second
kind of the
studio.
point.
Yeah.
So before I would have said probably not soon, and it still probably won't be soon, but it depends how far this lodge campaign goes. Like if we are able to, and I think realistically we probably need to replicate this studio, probably need at least 150,000 raised. Then we could probably be in a position to do those other more specialist games much more easily.
Yeah, because it's not so much about the armies for those. It's more about, because we've got a few bits of terrain that would work with Kill Team, but we would want to do a proper, like, in-depth, like, multi-level, really, really interesting style maps. And then there's also the notion of it's the time aspect of it as well. Every day of filming Kill Team is great, but that's going to be one less day of filming 40k content. With 2 concurrent studios, we're not losing
we can
any
set
time.
up in different ways.
That's
so you
why
can-
it suddenly works.
and specialise.
But I think we've got loads more comments coming in.
We need to talk about our
Sorry.
special.
Sorry.
I'll tell you, calm down, please.
I want to give good answers. I mean, these bosses are
I'll tell you what,
donating
why don't
money.
we do another 5, and then
Okay.
we're gonna talk, and then like we'll come back to them, but we've got some big sort of news to talk about.
Yes.
So 5, and then we'll do it all in order. Kevin Cowdrey, no questions, but thanks for years of showing us how fun the hobby can be. You are
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you so much.
Brian D'Ambra, grats you all in the community for such a feat. You could say such a feat was transhuman.
Yes, thank you.
What armies are you guys excited for going into in the future? Hopefully I can get across the pond and have a pint.
What was the question? What armies?
What armies are you excited for going to?
Well, okay. I mean,
Maybe time for a segue.
well, we can say. I mean,
Let me do 2 more comments.
come back. Anyway, come back to your. Yeah.
Hold
your-
that.
There's a couple of things. So I'm going to actually roll these 2 into 1 because it's a similar question.
Okay.
Robin Blackwell and Rob Blanchford. So you have D&D update. Thank you, bosses, for all you do to entertain us. And so deserved, guys. Well done. Can you share any more info on the future of cast of players?
Perfect. Okay. Well, yes. So, Cast of Players is very, very, very close to my heart. Like I've been playing role-playing games since before I even played Warhammer, and that's been many, many years now. We are definitely doing it again. The next campaign is very much underway in terms of writing, and it will be a follow-on from the original campaign that we did.
Going back to Valtor, everyone.
Yeah. Now we've all got characters ready to go, and everyone knows what they're doing, and we've got a lot. Like basically towards the end of the last campaign, we started to introduce a lot of really nicely painted miniatures and incredible terrain by Dwarven Forge.
Yeah.
Well, that was just the tip of the surface. We've actually got tip of the iceberg, rather. Tip of the surface. Surfaces don't have tips. It's just tip of the iceberg. We actually have an incredible wealth of terrain and miniatures for role-playing games.
Yeah, we want to make it really nice and
Yeah.
immersive. Like
Yeah.
again, like the quality of our battle reports, but up there with the cast of players sort of scenarios that you guys love.
Yeah, so the show will be reimagined, but you'll still get everything that you love in a format you would expect, but it's going to be visually even better, and the editing will be a lot tighter, so you just get all of that juicy roleplay stuff as opposed to, longer pauses and so forth, more like a live cast.
Also more accessible as well.
I agree,
Yeah.
totally, yeah.
Yeah.
So
We've got some big plans.
Yeah, big plans. So anyway, basically, when we move to the new studio, it returns. In summary, yeah.
So the army segue.
All right, the army segue.
There we go.
Okay, right. Well, I'm going to first of all thank all of you bosses because we have surpassed £110,000 on the lodge. We're going to use that first block. First, we're going to do stretch goals of 10,000 at a time. That seems to be a logical choice for us. We have now unlocked my army in Age of Sigmar. Now, I've actually got another army. I am going to be commanding the vampires and death and all of that. That just makes sense. But why do I not also do the Ideneth Deepkin?
The underwater Drakari.
Drakari under the
They are
sea.
Drakari under the sea. I'm all over this army, so we're actually going to get this army commission painted to add to our existing Age of Sigmar pool. And as more £10,000 block increments go, we can start portioning off those funds towards potentially making that second battle report studio and other terms. I know you're all interested in special arms.
Splits.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about Ideneth. I just think the model range is
that's so cool.
stunning.
Really
and it's
cool.
a very unique style looking army as well. But we've got other things like Skaven and
We've got mystery armies.
Yes.
They unlocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will, more will be revealed as we get there.
Indeed.
I suppose.
So hopefully that's that answered. What else do we have?
Okay,
From the
so
interwebs.
there's a lot that's happened.
We're gonna go back in time. What's happened?
What's happened? Yeah.
So Q Burgess has donated £250.
Wow. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Dee. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Wow.
More time? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Can I get a t-shirt?
Is that Key that said that?
Yeah.
I think for £250, yes, you probably can. Right, now, more time. Key, you can email me. You've got my email. More time. Now, do you know what? That is a game that is also very close to my heart.
I love more
That'd be
I
time.
love more
it's
time.
so cool.
I do. I really do. Again, it's the sort of thing which hasn't been possible and isn't possible right now because basically we try and film in this studio battle reports at least 4 days a week, and that leaves only one spare day, and that will be for things like lists and all sorts of other jazz. If we get that second battle report studio, then again, no specialist games, things like More Time will work really well. What I will say about More Time is because it's very Old Hammer based, that might be the sort of thing that when Old Hammer is eventually released by GW in the future, that if we start delving into that, which personally I want to, I'm telling you that right now, I want to delve into it. Obviously I won't be able to say we'll 100% do it until we see rules and we see model ranges and so forth, but then More Time would be a natural spin-off. So,
Lovely.
And the other cool thing
Yes,
that we
probably.
the other cool thing that we can embark on with things like Kill Team and Blood Bowl and all these special specialist games is that we can get involved with like making new content around building these things as
for
well.
sure. Yeah.
So rather than having everything like, oh, we got a new army, it's like we'll create content showing you about
Making
our
Kill Team,
creation of
yeah.
our own little factions and stuff.
Rather than, oh, this was commissioned or Fletcher painted this, it'd be like, Chef, are you feeling okay? You've painted something for the first time in 8 years. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel anymore. So like we can do like you say, like a proper like hobby video, you know, conversion corner type stuff, like, you know, the beginnings of the armies themselves. Like there's a lot of stuff that we can do for it because we would do it almost as bespoke seasons rather than like a regular occurrence.
Yeah.
And cool, like individual takes on like different ideas. That'd be really fun.
Exactly. Make them proper
so
cool.
much cool stuff.
And this is the other amazing thing about everything you guys have contributed to the lodge. We wouldn't be able to do this for years and years.
That's the
It's
difference.
just, it's just completely impossible from space, time, money. It's just impossible. So now all this is happening. It's very exciting.
It is. It's really exciting.
I've wet my pants.
Wow. I was wondering what that was.
Moving swiftly on then, please, Jinx.
Donate for new trousers.
The photo owl has commented, "Let's go, baby."
It's prime time, baby!
Russell Pinner, congratulations, TT. Cannot wait to see what the future holds. What's the plans for the current studio? Big love.
Demolition. Demolition.
TNT.
Yeah, I'm done with it now.
You get it back.
I get it back. Yeah, basically. I think, do you know what? I don't know. We've been in here, we moved here, and obviously the studio build started straight away. I'm
3 years now.
Yeah, I probably like might make it into like my own sort of quiet space where I just sort of sit and rock in the corner.
Scream into
Turn it into a shrine with pictures of all of us so that we can be here all
Yes,
the
so
time.
that
I'd
you're
be
still
very
here in
disappointed.
spirit. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, what's going to happen to us here in spirit?
I'm
what I
getting
was
more
thinking is I get like
concerned.
cardboard cutouts of you all, so that because if
Oh, that's
on the
definitely the next stretch goal. It's just a cardboard cutout of Albedo.
yes, yeah, and I just come in.
You can take your own Albedo home right
chat
now.
to you when I'm not at the main studios. Yeah. I don't know yet, but basically I'll be able to reclaim it, and I'm sure that my daughter and wife will be very, very happy about that. Believe you me.
Apologies for the pronunciation on this one. Gipfel Stuma Flory.
It's Florian. It's Florian. Hey mate, how are you?
Just created a YouTube account to throw you some money over.
Cheers, man.
Thank you.
Flowing.
He's an original.
Aaron Bowen, hail from Victoria, Australia. Any chance you'd be doing some kind of how-to for AOS or comparison between AOS of 40k? Yes, level your time and effort into the top quality content.
Thank you very much. Yes, in fact, the idea is that we will do a how to play on Sigmar, which will be very appropriate because we'll be learning as we go as well.
I might watch it.
Yeah, so
Could be useful.
Over and over again.
We've also got, for those of you which are like veteran subscribers and you remember Dragon and Sacred, which is basically how to play the game well and how to write lists well. That is already rewritten, and I've written it in a format which should be edition neutral. So that means that it will last, for I would hope, many years in the future.
40,000, you could say.
Yes, for 40,000 years in the future. So
The beginnings of the Codex Astartes.
so that's going to be released soon. In fact, that's my next project, and then I'll probably end up doing that for Sigmar too. So yeah, there we go. You can look forward to that.
Cool. I did accidentally skip a couple, so apologies. Christian Jensen commented, "Thank you for being bosses and letting us being bosses, boss-like."
Everyone's a
Yeah,
boss.
everyone's happy.
And then Nathan Witchett, absolutely lovely, has donated $150. I want a shot at the title, just saying.
Yeah. You'll be welcome to it, Nathan. Now, speaking of Nathan, we've not revealed it yet, but this is a nice little segue. There is something, so the league is about to be relaunched in a way that I'm really excited about.
It's going to be great.
Like, we're all really pumped about it. And there's going to be a very clear through line of who can win, what every game is going to mean a lot. There are points being scored, and soon in the future, you guys will be able to get involved at home.
Regardless of where you are in the world.
Regardless of where you are in the world, then of course, if you come to our events, that will also give you points as well. So I'm revealing some like advanced stuff here, but it's definitely going to happen. But for now, our league will launch soon, and Nathan actually sorted out the trophy. Won't reveal what it is yet, but that trophy will be revealed at the end of this year as a champion is.
Oh, it's very exciting. It's very exciting.
That's all happening. I think we've got some more comments.
We have Ragnaros. How do we apply to be guest players?
Yep, great question. So basically, when we move to the new studio, there will be a page on the website. There will be an official application process. I did mention it a little bit earlier before, but we'll have a few standards in place, such as fully painted army, etc., etc. And anyone will be able to apply, assuming they meet those standards. You don't have to be known to us or anything like that. The idea is that we get the community in. That will create some fantastic variety for you guys. Not every game is going to be a guest game. It will be perhaps one a fortnight, and as usual, we'll be playing each other as in the normal formats. But that's still going to be a lot of guest slots available.
Yeah.
So, exciting times.
Get painting.
Yeah.
Guardsman 13, no message, just love your work, guys.
Oh,
and
thank
then
We love you.
Husband 13.
Thank you.
we
Tally
have a hooligan in the chat. Liam Dempsey has said, Liam versus Spider live chat plays for charity when?
Oh, that's nice. Okay, well, first of all, we need to name the charity. Two, when we move to the new studio, because our live capacity here is pretty much limited to a talk show scenario like this rather than an actual game. But yeah, I mean, that's something we can do. That would be really cool.
Very fun.
Cool. Unai Trissette, what does the Silent King think about the gradual and inevitable cooling and death of the universe due to merciless entropy?
What?
I think that's the sort of existential question that cannot be contemplated at this time.
Legality, I'd get better improving my painting skills to play against you. No question, just love.
Just
Oh,
love
thank you very
back.
much.
Love.
Yeah.
Nice.
Guys.
Fuzzy.
DN stuff, I'd like to thank my skeletal system for all the support it's given me over the years.
Nice.
Well played. Yeah.
Appreciate that. We have the Colonel. Congrats, guys. Can't wait to get out to one of your events.
Awesome. You'll be
Yes.
very welcome. That'd be great.
Absolutely.
That'd be really great.
Legends and lore, well deserved, guys. Keep up the amazing work. You continue to inspire us to reach for the stars.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thanks,
Guys,
guys.
it'd be so
And
nice.
to you.
Climbing every mountain higher.
Yes.
Yeah.
You gonna sing?
You're-
So instead of the dance,
Already
it's gonna
danced.
be a sing. We didn't dance.
I did a little shimmy.
£2 tip to dance, and you didn't dance. I'm sorry.
James would dance for £2.
I would
Oh, yeah.
dance for £2. My fee is way higher.
I honestly thought you were about to say I would have danced for free.
Yeah.
I just have a great time.
I might just not do it accidentally.
Jonathan Haynes is hyped for Sacred and Dragon, or Dragon and Sacred.
Great.
Brian D. Ambra, stretch goals sound like a challenge. Recovering from grandfather's blessing and building Drakari. How many Reavers and Hellions is too many? There's no such thing, Brian. Take all of them.
As many as you can carry.
How many? Yes.
I mean, I really like the idea of a 60 Hellion list anyway, because I just think it looks cool. And the models are amazing.
You like it because it looks cool,
It does
or
look cool.
because
They're on like skyboards. I mean, it's epic. Who doesn't want a skyboard?
I mean, that'd be if Skyboards existed, I would want one.
I
They
mean,
were
you
the
know
future,
I'm on
like
your
the
side.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. 60 Hellions, yes. Yes.
Bjorn Carlson, you bunch of mega bosses, keep up the work you do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bjorn, son of Carl.
Brian Alleman, someday my wife and I will travel to the UK and she'll be quite disappointed in the amount of time we spend at Warhammer World in Nottingham, Yule in Bath, and the Tank Museum in Bovington.
She knew what she was getting
God
into.
bless your wife.
It's a great life choice. We look forward to hosting.
What a trip.
We have Siege in the chat. Ideneth Deepkin, you say. Amazing Lodge campaign. Incredible seeing and being part of your journey over the years. From all the team here at Siege and myself, congratulations to you all now that's hit 150k.
Thanks, James, because, I'm just literally going to email you after this and say I want the
Well,
site.
now you know you've gotten a heads up.
So yeah, these £10,000 blocks will probably be approaching Siege, and our in-house painter here will sort of alternate, look at our schedule to get them done. But the Ideneth is going to Siege, so there it is.
And also, with all these mystery unlockables, you can all get involved and try and guess what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be putting up polls and stuff on social so you can guess, try and predict and ordain the future.
And it'll be mixed with 40k and 6
Yes,
Of
yeah.
course,
yeah.
yeah, it's not just for you.
Yeah, Fletch has earmarked a couple that he
Yeah.
specifically
He has.
wants to paint.
Make of that what you will.
Yeah, so you can have a guess when we put up the polls.
Yeah.
Beard, I think the warp has affected your microphone a little bit. It's popping in and out every now and then.
Is your microphone popping in and out, Beard?
I'm sorry. I don't know what to do about it right now.
Okay, well, I'm sure it's fine. Just be
Smash.
We'll do what we can live.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
James, you'll be very pleased to know the Photo Owl has donated £4.49 for the Bard Dance.
Nice. Big
It
numbers.
was higher.
Let's pump up those numbers.
Why don't you give them a little preview?
No, we'll do it. We'll do
just
a
a little-
separate.
Dance for them!
No, I'm building up to it. We'll do a separate live show just for the dance.
Just for the dance.
Oh my!
Someone donate £100 for James to dance, please. Letitia,
The price has been set. So.
Wow. I think we can
It doesn't have to be from one person. Just combine, just put in like hashtag James Dance.
I imagine we get one
Hashtag
just for the
bar
dance. Hashtag bar dance.
Yeah, hashtag bar dance. Get it going.
Let's get that going.
yep. Letitia Lahulia, hey guys, any chance Bone could join for a guest game soon? Miss him so much.
Say that again. Sorry, I missed that first part of the question.
Letitia Lahulia, hey guys, any chance Bone could come for a guest game soon? Miss him so
Oh,
much.
Bones, right? Yeah, I would love it, but real talk, like Bones not playing it. At the minute. He's got
not
no
playing.
armies. Yeah, he's got
sold
no
them all,
Warhammer. He
yeah.
sold it all. So, he's obviously always
busy man.
welcome, but he's just not playing Warhammer. He's very excited about his
Yeah, he's
own
got some big
secret
things
project,
coming, yeah.
which obviously I'm not going to talk about. That's for him to reveal. But yeah, in the future, never say never. But for the near future, no, because he's not playing.
I have to interrupt.
Okay.
because
Oh,
Nathan
no.
Whitchurch has donated $100.
Yes!
Nathan, you legend.
Beard dance.
Oh,
That's prime time.
He had you in the first half. I'm not gonna lie.
Why am I done?
yes, you
He's
have
donated
to.
$100. You have to
$100.
dance.
Just me?
Yes.
Why? Wait.
Both dance.
And also because your mic is breaking, so you need to give them something in return, other than your dulcet tones.
What kind of dance? Like?
Why
get to
don't
choose.
you do
It's
a
your
little slow
dance.
together?
This is a modern
dance.
interpretive dance.
Oh, yes, we should.
Do you want me to?
Oh, my mic's stuck.
Okay.
Maybe that's why it was popping.
Is this both of
You're a
us?
legend.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Oh,
We've got a bit of a robot thing going on here. Yeah.
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 Oh wow.
I see.
What other shapes have we got?
That was wonderful. Yeah.
That's good one.
That
Yeah,
good?
that's good. Yeah. That's very good.
let's
Does
move
that
on.
does that
Was that
constitute?
worth the money? Debatable. Let's say debatable.
I can say that
Please
I thoroughly
don't
enjoyed
do that
it.
again.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you, Mr. Beard.
Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Nathan.
Christos has said, what is your favourite 40k villain and why is it word bearers when we'll see them in a bat rat?
Word bearers.
I
Bearers of the
honestly,
word.
I mean,
Erebus!
you should answer this. Really, you are
There's a
Councillor
lot of
Beard.
answering to do.
What the worst villain?
Yeah. What's your favourite?
Erebus.
It is Erebus. So it is word bearers for you then?
Jerk.
Yeah.
When you say worst villain,
It depends what. I mean, it's all different types, isn't it? You've got
Does he mean most evil villain,
Yeah,
or
like
like,
what-
they're like the cheesiest?
Yeah, yeah.
General
Villain.
villains.
what single villain?
Yeah, 40k villain.
Erebus.
Obviously.
the
Surely.
the Erebus.
Erebus.
Well, it wouldn't be Corfaeron because he started it.
Cool, blimey.
Cool, Brian.
Oh, blimey, yeah. I think word bearers are probably up there for
pretty
me.
gnarly.
They're sort of they do it without sort of flensing people and stuff, don't
Yeah.
they? They're just quite unpleasant.
They're
without really-
evil, because like Dracaria are evil, but there is a purpose to it. It's a very selfish purpose.
Well, yeah, they're hedonists, aren't they? I mean, what's it?
Well, and
if you
also
say-
the whole let's keep Slanesh, satisfied
Yeah.
and at bay.
I mean, if you take the Chaos Demons out of the equation as well,
Yeah.
because
Well,
they are pretty
they're
messed
kind
up.
of they're kind of just pure emotion.
But yeah,
though.
they are.
Yeah,
they
right.
kind of. Yeah, the word bearers are messed
evil.
up. Yeah.
Evil is a kind of.
Batter report when I've always wanted a word. It's like the Emperor's Children. They're one of those armies you don't see very often. I've always wanted a word bearer army.
If only we had some kind of guest application that we were doing in the future.
Yeah.
Imagine if a word bearers player was able to come to our new
Imagine.
studio and unleash their evil forces upon the bastion of tabletop tactics. Imagine.
Imagine.
Can you imagine that?
Very closely related, we also have Alfarius in the chat asking if we're going to run Alpha Legion soon.
Hang on. He can't be in the chat because I'm here.
Yeah, very clever. Well, you love the Alpha Legion.
I love the Alpha Legion.
Yeah.
Again, this is kind of the thing is with our current studio space, we just don't have the room for all the individual armies. Like we're already running very, very stretched thin. So sort of doing them as Alpha Legion, because I've used them using the Black Legion before.
Yeah.
Now we do have the plans for the Warp Prophets.
Yes.
To be
That,
used
yeah.
as a general purpose army.
Yeah. That's a
also
cool
the-
scheme as well.
And that's a very cool scheme, and it's also very Alpha Legion-esque.
It is, yeah.
So that's the sort of thing where we can kind of get away with a few things like that, but we don't want to just do it too regularly.
Yeah, I agree completely. I think it's one of those things where it's like sometimes we use our Obsidian Dragons, which are generic Space Marine chapters like White Scars or whatever, and that's all well and good because we need to be able to show you guys rules for cool chapters.
Yeah.
Would I like a actual White Scar army painted? Of course. We've got an Imperial Fist one now, which is pretty amazing, and we're
awesome,
going to
yeah.
be building on that. The idea is over time we will get all of those legions, but we have to.
But if you really want to see it, you best apply.
with
your army.
we have to also get a load of other armies painted. So yeah.
It's like Pokemon, we want to catch them all eventually.
Yes.
Lucas Caspar has said, love to you all and good luck with your projects, but most importantly, who's going to play the Gloomspite Gits?
Oh, yeah.
Stig's already working on
He's already
them.
working on
Yeah,
them,
he's
yeah.
already working on
He's
his
very
own army,
excited
much
about
like his AdMech. That is
It's
his
just
personal
Stig.
army.
Yep.
Phil Stig and I are hanging out in caves making orcs
Yeah.
and goblin armies.
Going
We've
from
got some
AdMech to Gloomspite bits. is,
Right.
Gloomspite bits.
Gloomspite.
Gits. Yeah, Gloomspite Gits.
That's a very different tangent.
Yes,
I like
yes,
it.
it is,
Keeping us on our toes.
Static twist.
Craig Pattenden, so excited for all of this. My Imperial Fists are painted, but do I have to wait for a new supplement to compete, or can we run a handicap for the poor soggy biscuit Space Marine?
Imperial Fists.
Just in general.
Iron Warriors forever.
You dare. Yeah,
Coming to the Iron Cage.
who would have thought you liked the Iron Warriors?
That is news to me.
It's
What a
funny
twist.
though, like Imperial Fists are like obviously a really popular chapter.
Yeah.
But I remember when I was like playing regularly in
Yeah,
like
geez.
friendly local gaming stores and so forth, I didn't see them.
I've
that
never
often.
seen anyone use Imperial Fists.
But when we
ever.
release like an Imperial Fists game, it always goes down really popular. I think people do like the
Yellow's
Imperial
a scary
Fists.
colour
And it
to
is a really
paint.
like
I think that's what
Yeah,
it is.
like
yeah.
yellow's a
bright,
flex.
isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, we're looking forward to expanding our own one because we've got
Oh,
really
yeah,
nice,
absolutely.
nice core.
I look forward to smashing with my siege bits.
Moving swiftly on, Nick Mathewson, when will each of you have your own individual theme songs? I can't imagine that'll be very long as James comes up with them on the day.
Oh yeah, I'm working on it, man. Give me time.
We should do that.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Yeah.
Well, I used to.
I'll clear my schedule.
There was a little time back in the day where we did have like individual,
and Spider
Vision like presenter titles. But yeah, that sort of just stopped in the end.
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't need to do that anymore because it's just sort of part of our normal purview.
Yeah.
But we could have our own theme songs.
We need a
you write the
composer.
theme tune
We
and
need a
sing the
composer
theme
to do
tune?
it. I always wanted to have like a TT album released every year. We like with all of that, the tracks and everything we use, but we literally need a composer to do that.
Yeah,
So
a Christmas
We have a
album.
James.
We
have a
do.
James.
We do have a James.
They have a James.
Yeah, I had a thought on the whole album thing. We'll come back to that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Hey, so maybe
Another stretch goal. Woo!
Yeah.
Metalbeard has just said, y'all are bosses.
Metal Beards.
thank you very much.
Weird.
Was it like
Yeah.
an upgraded version of me?
That's all big. He must be an Iron Warrior.
He's involved.
He must be an Iron Warrior.
Or he's the evil version created by Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no.
Metal Beard.
There must be some kind of weak point.
It's like
I'm
in
probably
the
gonna have to
armor.
do the beard.
Well, I mean,
It's like
fine.
Achilles, he was dunked
It'll
in
be
by the
easy
beard.
to defeat Metalbeard because if he is the evil version of you, he's just going to be taking all of the worst traits of you, which means he's going to somehow roll zeros on dice instead of ones.
Wow.
Wow.
That would take some doing, quite impressive.
Yes.
Stuart Fields, hi from Jensen in New Zealand. Can't wait to see if Anrakai comes back in the new cast of players. You guys rock.
We might
Thank you. We have a plan.
We might have a plan.
Of course he's coming back. Weapons like that
Maybe.
have to come back.
Maybe.
Definitely. Anyway, yeah, he's coming back.
And we're back on the dancing with Patrick Barron has donated £2. Hashtag bar dance to safety dance.
Safety dance. Oh, I mean, I might be in.
He's like, oh, maybe I'll do that for free.
The safety dance, we'll say.
What's a safety dance?
The song safety
on,
dance.
James.
Simon Hats.
Okay, no, I don't know.
You don't know that?
You'd know it as soon as you heard it. I'm not going to sing it because no one needs to hear that.
I nearly set me off. No, let's keep that going.
Well, for €5, the Clem Baustein banner. Look, I did all right with that. Hashtag bar dance, Captain Artemis, love your storyline games, keep up the good work.
Oh, amazing.
Hashtag bar
Thank
dance
you.
is happening.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
This is
we're,
great.
we're beginning to trickle our way towards that. Yeah.
David Methvin, can't wait for the first tournament at the new studio.
Yeah, you'll be
it's
welcome.
gonna be
Yeah.
Either.
Looking forward to seeing you there. He's a good player, David.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah,
I'm
town.
buzzing.
That's Remore. He'll know that joke. It
Ah,
is Remore Jones.
he flew all the way from Ireland for that.
He did, yeah.
And then that's what you laid upon him.
That's Remore. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. I sung that when I killed him.
I'm going to read more comments.
Okay.
Yeah, move on.
Save,
please.
save us,
Let's move
James,
on
Save
then.
us.
Rob Thorneagle, any chance on an estimation of timeline for the lodge?
That's a really good question.
Great
I assume when you say the lodge, like as in building it, right? So, real talk, again, plans are done and submitted. We are now in the process. So, by the way, it's taken me about a year, well, maybe
And the
even
rest.
a year and the rest, probably about 18 months actually, of just getting to this point. That's what I've been busy doing behind the scenes. That's why I've not been in as many games. I've not been sitting twiddling my thumbs. I've been trying to create this thing, and it's been a lot of work. Just buying any property and commercial mortgages.
Running
and all
a
this sort of
business
jazz
is difficult. Who'd have
is-
thunk
yeah,
it?
it's very difficult. But you know, that's all good. My time is now being more freed up, which is great, which means I'm in more games, which means I get to play stuff, which is fun. But building times, we've submitted these plans now for to make sure they're approved for building regulations. That is a formality at this point. They should all be fine. We're ticking all of the boxes. Once that comes back, we will then put it out to tender. And that means basically we'll look for builders to give us quotes and say, when can you start doing it? My hope is we're in and it's finished by the end of the year. That's my hope. Whether that will happen or not, I don't know, because it's going to come down to these builders. But in theory, it should only take 12 weeks to build. to actually get it done.
Yeah.
I've seen this episode of Grand Designs before.
Yeah. But things happen,
caravans.
right? Like, this studio that we were in ended up taking nearly 2 years to complete because COVID got in the way and builders were just so booked up. So, things do happen. I don't think it's going to take 2 years, by the way. We'll be in there way before then, but just as an example of things can go wrong.
Okay, so we've got about 13 minutes left. So what I'm going to do is rapid fire the super chats we have right now, and then I'm going to give you guys a chance to kind of go back over what we've talked about in the video, and then everyone get your super chats in now, because then I'll read everything out at the end.
Okay,
So I'll quick fire do these now. Jason Sutton, hoping to bring the Templars across the pond one day. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you, Jason. We love Templars here, so yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff Greeley, all this talk of legions in the new studio, is there some heresy?
The Horus Heresy.
Heresy.
So,
Any Horus Heresy content?
So yes, I would love to. We would love to. Again, it's one of those things where
We need a lot of armies.
We need a lot of armies, and to actually give it the variety that it needs, because you are playing Space Marines and Space Marines, so you need to make sure you've got different types of Space Marine units and that are true to the legions.
Special stuff.
So you want to have that variety there. I think for me, Heresy works really well as well when you start to do some of the battles reenacted.
We would do it as a
like
narrative.
Ispan 4 and all this sort of jazz.
Retelling.
In summary, depending on how well this lodge goes, the campaign goes, we might be able to look at doing it sooner rather than later. Because if we can get that fully operational second studio in, it helps those additional games become a reality. Plus, of course, the funds to actually get these armies painted. It's not cheap. It is not cheap. We pay commission artists to do this. Obviously, we're with Siege Studios, that's our sponsor. So we go through Siege to get these armies done, and as it should. If you want quality armies, you've got to pay the money, right? So, and then of course you've got to buy the models as well. We don't get them for free, so it's a lot of expense.
We're trying to clone Fletcher, but so
trying to
far
clone Fletcher as well, yeah.
hasn't been successful.
But yes, down the line, I would love to, yeah.
Craig Bowles has just given a +1 for Horus Heresy content.
Hi Craig, how are you?
Did you listen to what Jinx said? Which was, we're going to go through them and then we'll talk about them.
But Craig's like an OG. He's been around a long time.
Luke VR, okay, who is taking squats and why is it Chef? Unfortunately, no, it's not Chef.
Oh, you should be so lucky.
Don't start now.
We haven't the time.
Rapid fire answer. I'm going to be taking the squats because no one else really likes them, and also
Hey, I don't mind them.
Give the squats to the shortest person on the team.
Fair.
Patrick Barron, if you want a proper White Skulls army, I can play.
The Baron.
Yes.
Yeah, wicked.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick the Baron.
Yeah.
Sharon Kin, Milky Chef Rant podcast needed.
It will happen one day, Tom, I promise.
Last two, and then I'll let you guys discuss. Grim Guardsman, I hope you enjoyed the Lodge Wrestling poster I made. That was amazing.
Oh, that was outstanding. It was so good.
funny.
Really laughed out loud when I saw that.
Absolutely brilliant. And then final one before I'll let the guys take over, and then everything else will be read at the end, so no fear, keep sending in those super chats. We have Quipster Nerd here. Just thought I'd drop in and say hi. Also love the fact that you guys got some fists.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Quipster.
I'm gonna smash
Look forward to
them,
seeing you in the
Quipster, just
future.
for
Yeah,
you.
the fists are cool.
really fun.
I love the scheme. It's good.
No,
It's
good.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, they must be expanded.
Yes.
must be.
Yeah,
For
definitely need to be.
maximum siege destruction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
From your Iron Warriors.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Okay, so back to us then, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you can see, we do have a selection of tomes here. As I've said right at the beginning, because we're now 110,000 plus in the Lodge campaign, still like 25, 26 days left to go. First army I'm going to get done is the Ideneth Deep Kin. Now we already do have a pool of Age of Sigmar armies, but
Paul.
hold on a minute. That's the sort of joke that you would usually slate me for.
Yes, because when I say it, it's funny.
Anyway, so this will be the first. Now, what we're thinking of doing, not definitely, but thinking, is maybe putting out a poll for the subsequent £10,000 brackets on what people might like to see army-wise, and then we'll put that into a commission queue. I will caveat this by saying, Siege are a very busy studio. Fletcher, our painter, is already very busy on our own projects as well. So it does go into a queue. So if we do make, say, The next one, I don't know, Space Wolves, for example, it's not going to be done like in a month. There are going to be other things before it. Like if we were to do something like a really cool bespoke 13th Company Space Wolves that have come straight out of the warp.
Be still my beating heart.
For example. So that's the current plan, and then the additional funds, as I say, I'm going to look at it, crunch the numbers, and see if it's possible to replicate, basically make 2 large Battle Report studios, which will then also act as 2 top tables at our events, which would be also really cool. So the idea is when you play it at our event, if you're on the top table, you play in the studio, and we'll film it, and it's going to be all.
Which means in
very, very
theory
nice.
we could get to 64 players events, which then puts us into a.
Major?
Is that major? I think it's GT major, super major for the ITC, because we will do ITC points as well.
Because we can. It makes sense, right?
So again, like all that stuff that goes towards us doing things like that enables even better sort of connection with the community at large, which is great.
And also on that, I thought I'd mention, we won't only be doing competitive events, we're thinking of doing things like painting workshops, seminars. I know I've spoken with
Buy
John
time
from
with
Siege,
Fletcher.
maybe some painting competitions and stuff, doing some collabs with other channels, and doing some, one-dayer events. Not everyone can spend 2 days doing a tournament, so it'd be
There's
nice
so much
to do
scope to do.
exactly.
Because it's
Learn
art.
to play events, like all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
And then the way our league works, which you'll find out in the future as well, is that it makes the games that you play will have value. Some exciting stuff on the horizon.
Yeah.
And all of the tournaments are going to be a lot of fun. We want to make it as accessible as possible to everyone, whether you're a top tier competitive player or you're doing your first one. They're all going to be super fun. And we'll probably do narrative ones as well.
Oh
right?
yeah,
Really fun,
yeah. We've got some ideas.
Sigmar.
Sigmar as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so lots of plans, which is cool.
Do we have any more questions?
Yes, we do. So
Okay.
why don't we go through kind of the final super chats now? So everyone who wants to get a comment or question in, send your super chats in now.
Super.
You have
Super.
You have
5 Minuten.
yes.
5 Minuten.
5 Minuten.
5 minutes, everybody.
Okay.
Alfarius, in regards to our earlier conversation, I can hear the Grand Designs music now.
Excellent. It'll make a great show, I think.
Yeah.
It'll make a great show.
Grand Designs TT.
Brother Captain McCloud.
Yeah, what's McCloud up to? We email him.
Titus Schmock, hopefully one day I'll be able to visit you in the new studio. Greetings from Germany.
Greetings.
Greetings.
You're welcome.
Guten Tag.
Choose? No, that's goodbye. Sorry. What? Never mind.
That guy, will you be hiring volunteers when it's built to help run the bar and such?
That is a good question. Not to begin with. We'll probably run it all in house. I think it really comes down to, what the demand is. If our events are really popular and there's a demand for more and more to be run, then we might get to a point where we actually need to hire, someone or some people to look after it full time.
I'm not doing it every week.
No, exactly.
That's for sure.
So we will have to manage that based on, it's a new venture for us, right? We're going to do it the right way. We're going to take our time with it. The first event that we run, I'll be honest with you guys, will probably be like a 16-person invitational, where I invite some known people and they can give us some good feedback on, did this work? Did we stuff up, the running of this event in any way? Because we want, when we launch properly, to be the absolute best in terms of quality, for you guys to come and see incredible boards, great music playing, amazing bar, great atmosphere, and throw dice with friends and meet new people. That's what this hobby's about, right? So we're going to make a space. I've got this philosophy that if you build it, they will come. We're going to make a space that hopefully you guys will want to come to again and again and again.
Wayne Stuck.
Yes.
Moving on, Ragnaros, who's taking the carriage on Overlords?
Right, that is a very good. So I really like the models.
You
like the carriage one, don't you?
Is that Metal Dwarf Steampunk?
That's the steampunk dwarfs, airship dwarfs.
Yeah. Is it going to be you?
Probably. This is the most Sigmar thing ever.
It's very cool.
It is. I feel I don't really have the right to run dwarves when I'm running elves. They just don't like each other. So yeah, I'll stick to the Idneth, I think.
Understandable. Liam O'Hara has donated $30.99 to
Thank you.
hashtag Bard Dance, which I think does take us up over the 50.
Yay!
I think that I think that's you
James,
might be in
you
the
have
danger
to.
territory.
Am I in the danger territory now? I know. What if I
He's
filibuster
also
until the
said-
video runs out? Yeah.
Oh, we were $1 short.
I mean, James, he's also said you guys are inspiring and got me back into the game.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
have to dance for that.
Maybe so we've got time to do other people's chats. We'll do a separate video of the dance.
You want a separate
wanna see
video
the
of the
dance.
dance?
No, we'll do a thing.
Give the people what they
Do you
want.
want to dance now? Let's
Dance,
do a
James, dance.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Right.
Beard did a dance.
I'm going to look as disappointed as everyone else.
What kind of, do we want like disco dance?
Oh, that's quite cool.
Do we want that kind of thing?
Yeah,
do we want more like,
more of that, please.
more of that? You want me to just
I thought
disco?
the disco was quite good.
Disco
Inferno.
stew. For you, everybody.
Rave?
This is how I said we're going to fade out to this. This is going to be the end of the video.
I mean, you're going to be doing that for another few minutes. So.
How long have I got?
James, don't stop. I'll keep reading super chat.
Yeah,
Okay, right.
You just stay. You enjoy yourself.
Hypnotise the people.
James McLennan, congrats guys. Make amazing kill team reports. Question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark.
Is there a 1 in there as well?
Is there?
Ah,
Do it now awkwardly.
Sad.
So to answer that question, we have sort of gone over that earlier in this chat, but basically that will be possible if we get to, or we need to get to at least 150k in the lodge to potentially make this second battle report studio a reality, just because the video equipment alone is so expensive. Initially it was just going to be a talk show where we only needed about half the equipment. If we're going to replicate what we've got, it's expensive, really expensive. So yes, if we hit 150 plus, we can probably build a second battle report studio, and that would mean things like Kill Team would be much more likely.
More like Thrill Team.
Well, yes.
Hey.
David J, can't wait for the second fully armed and operational battle report station to come online. Bought
Battle
myself some-
studio?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That is.
Yes.
Bought myself some dice too. Much love for the superb content.
Much love to you.
Enjoy them dice. I haven't packed them, so you'll be
Yeah,
good.
Bard has though, so.
Yeah.
Swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
Daniel Ebling, will there be some time for Tactics Talk video podcast? Like,
Right, podcast.
Here we go. This is your
Oh,
favourite subject.
don't.
You love a
I'm
podcast.
flying that
Started.
flag on behalf of all the podcast fans. I will break through everyone's heart.
Do you know what? let me throw it back to you guys. Like, you know, I've been looking at podcasts. There are two things that I get asked about all the time: Discord and podcasts. I'm sure there's probably a way to marry those things. But right now, basically a podcast would be an extra bit of content. I know some people have said, oh, well, you can rip the audio from, you know, a show and put it on there. Okay, sure. But to do like a dedicated podcast is cool in theory. I just don't really quite know where we can put it, where it will be worth our time producing it, because it still takes time, right? You know, so I
We've got to
don't.
write it, we've got to think of topics to discuss.
I think it's something, jokes aside, it's something we've discussed, and I'd be really keen to do it. But like Chef said, we've got to think about where it sits and also what appetite there is for it. If lots and lots of people really want to see it, then definitely throw that back to us and we'll have a think about it and see what we can come up with. If something you guys really want to see, absolutely.
Or here, rather.
Or here, yeah, exactly.
Thank you. I'm here for 2 more minutes.
George Hatch, is there going to be a minimum painting standard for getting to play with you guys? Love everything you do. Gonna have a squig army? Question mark.
Oh, squig, right. So Fletcher actually started painting a squig army for himself.
Yeah.
But he like sort of chops and changes on his schemes, and things which just look incredible. He turns around and goes, no, I don't like it anymore. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like the best minute I've ever
It's
seen.
next level.
Anyway, there's no one currently assigned with a squig army. I suspect though Fletcher probably will end up doing it anyway because he's like that.
Stig's leaning into that with the glue spikes.
He's going for lots of squigs.
Squig cavalry.
Right.
Very
So,
cool.
you know, and we obviously got Stig doing that. What was the second part of that?
Painting
standard.
Is there going to? Yeah, I think there will have to be a painting standard to a degree.
At least Fletcher levels.
No, that's ridiculous.
I'll go home then?
You definitely don't need to be a golden demon painter, or anything. But I would expect at least a basic
50,000
standard.
painting subs on YouTube.
Because otherwise, you know, it can take away from the visuals of the battle report.
Yeah.
Certainly, we wouldn't want something like, you know, base coated with one colour. That wouldn't work. It wouldn't be considered painted at that point. But I haven't determined all of those factors yet. But it will be on the application form.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Patrick Barron has said, I'm 100% down for a narrative event.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
As are we all.
As are we.
Oh, yeah.
As are we.
Mac Lee, no question, just here to say I love you guys.
We love you.
Mr. Grizz Grizzly, brewer here, needs some themed beers made.
Mr. Grizzly.
You might be reading our minds Okay, we certainly have some plans. If you are a brewer, do give us your details.
His name's Mr. Grizzly. Of course he's a brewer.
I'm pretty sold.
Yeah, so something like that in terms of business. We should have business inquiries on contact form on the website.
Yes. So if you genuinely do let us know, and we'll.
And we are actually looking at things.
We are
like
looking into
so,
that.
Yeah, we're going to make the bar pretty
Wicked.
cool.
Yeah.
Richard Swells has asked, will you be open for casual gaming for locals?
That is a very good question.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised we didn't get asked that earlier.
Yeah.
Right, no, not initially, because that comes down to the problem of we
our
would need
workspace.
someone looking after the space then, as in downstairs all the time. You basically need a full-timer alone to do that. Yeah. At least one, because they also need days off, and then they, what if they're sick, etc., etc. You don't want someone to turn up and it's closed because there's no one there.
Effectively, if there's enough interest, and then we could look into doing it at sort of like a higher charge. Like a lot of gaming clubs will sort of. So I remember way back in my youth, me and my friends, we hired out a hall to play, and we all chipped in money every week to hire out the hall for a cost in order to cover our costs. Yeah. Sometimes it's enough to cover it. Sometimes as things dip and trough, you can't afford the higher costs, so you have to look elsewhere. It is something that we can look at, but we'd need to be a bit careful with our sort of usage because, as Laurie says, you're going to have someone there to look after it. We're not just going to go, there's the keys, have fun.
But I would love to, in theory, in the future, have a space which was open all the time. I think that would be really, really cool.
That's a very aspirational.
Yeah, that's certainly...
That's such a dreamy thing.
Not leading with it, but it is an aspiration. So have a place where you could come and throw dice, like making almost like a gaming hall, bar, cafe thing. Would be quite cool. Yeah.
Okay. Metal Beard is back. He said, in terms of Sigma, just know the spirit of Metal Beard supports whoever plays the character on Overlords.
Fair.
Hence Metal Beard.
Metal Beard, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes complete sense. Yeah.
I understand.
Unfortunately, James, Patrick Barron asked for the safety dance and wants his money back.
We'll figure some out. Don't you worry. We'll get that sorted.
We have Antonio from Deep Games Spain. Hard work pays off. Greetings from Spain, mates.
Hey, mate. How are you? Good to hear from you.
Howdy. TR, love and respect from Southern Cali. Good luck.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never been.
No, me.
Lucky guy.
Yeah.
So.
I've been to Northern Cali.
Oh,
Nice. The same ring
Nicest
to
time
it,
of
does
year.
it?
what?
Nicest time of year.
I don't know, maybe.
And we finally caught up with the super chats, which I think is the first time for this entire stream.
Great.
Hapnix. I was hesitating between the dices and a shirt, so I took both.
Oh, what a
The
legend.
hero.
What a great
For
problem to
amazing
have.
work.
Commend
Love
you.
from QC Canada.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Great
so
life
much.
choice.
Yeah.
Well done. Thank you.
QC, is that Quebec?
Yes.
Yeah.
Quebec. Yeah.
Why not go back and also buy a dice lamp?
They are going out of
Yeah,
stock.
they are going out of stock. They are very cool. They actually do changing colours and everything as well.
Can we give it a little demo?
We don't tend to do it because it doesn't read that well on camera.
You could do
It
them
sort of
as a
flickers
dice
bit.
as well. You could use it as a...
Turn counter.
Yeah, well, I suppose you could.
Recommend
Any
against
push
rolling
to-
it.
There you go. Ooh, a nice
It could be like a
bell.
D6 damage dice.
Explosion dice.
Give me your moving light, please.
Old seize the initiative dice.
I don't miss that.
I loved it.
I don't miss editing it.
You loved it because you always got that.
I always got it.
Is that a little flash, and then?
I don't think you can do the changing colours until.
Oh, do you need the remote?
I think you need.
Oh,
the
there we
remote.
go.
You've done it.
Oh.
You can cycle through.
So fancy. Yeah, I don't know how well that's showing up for you, but we'll try.
It's changing colours. Yeah.
So Patrick Barron has donated a final £2 and said that's me up to a £10.
You have to dance for him.
We'll sort you out. We'll send you.
I think we're together at this point.
Yeah.
And we do have Dr. Rhino. Hey all, good morning from America and long live El Beardo de Chaos. Roll well and keep being awesome.
Thank you.
As
Love to you,
you
Dr.
should
Rhino.
too.
You're a boss.
El Beardo.
I will dig him up later on.
El Beardo may or
Out in the garden,
may not
screaming.
appear in battle reports in the future.
I mean, look, I'm not saying that El Beardo as a stretch goal could happen, but it might happen.
Okay.
If we hit 200,000, maybe you have to play every battle report for a month as El Beardo.
No. Last time I spoke to him, he was interested in some kind of tag match.
Oh, a tag match?
see.
Because he's semi-retired. He's taken one too many chair shots to the head.
But I'm sure he's spoken about his protege El Bardo.
Yeah, there's whispers on the wind of and a young apprentice.
He's always got that competitive thirst.
Yeah,
Yes.
you never take it away from him.
Yes.
We've had a sudden surge of super chats there.
Okay, because we're over the hour. So
Yes.
we've technically gone a bit over because we started late due to
Yes,
technical
that's true,
difficulties.
A
So
little bit.
we're over an hour now.
Well, thank you
Say,
very much.
I've got 3 super chats to read, and then we will be closing
Howdy.
out.
Okay.
So Nathan Whitchurch, you all should put a general donation area up for the lodge for those that want to contribute but have all the merch they want/need.
Yeah. So thanks, Nathan. You're right. We should. So I actually did have that. There were a couple of issues I found in setting it up on the shop to make it work. To be completely honest, what I might be able to do is put something in like sort of tiered, rather than you naming the price. There could be like a £10 donation, a £20 donation, sort of like flat rate things.
$1 million.
Yeah, I'll have another look at it.
Yeah.
Have another look at it.
Thanks.
Brilliant. Simon has asked, any unannounced swag or merch yet to be announced for the campaign?
Okay. Well, it's interesting you asked that, because that shows that there perhaps might be an interest in that. There are some items we could release which haven't been released yet. You've given me some food for thought.
Yes.
Yes, we need to speak to our suppliers.
Yes, that's bad.
Yes. And then final comment, Mr. Cookie 3668. Hey guys, love your content from here in Australia. Keep up with the good work.
Thanks, Cookie
so
Man.
much.
Thanks, Mr. Cookie.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Delicious.
The man of cookies.
Yes.
So I believe that's all the super chats answered.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
so much.
Yeah.
Well,
It's all
incredible.
going to go into the pool of plenty.
Yes, we'll add that to the pool of plenty now.
Yes.
For now, that's it from us. Lodge is still live until the 22nd of August. For every £10,000 bracket, that will help us towards the vision of a second fully fledged operational battle studio and another painted army as well.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for those to be revealed as well.
Yeah,
we're
well,
doing
yeah.
reveals on socials.
Yeah.
As we sort of mentioned, we're going to look at doing like polls and stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we'll find some ways to make
Partake.
that interactive.
Yeah.
So for now, I guess that's all from us. Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you.
And we'll see you very, very soon. Goodbye. Bye.